Hey guys, welcome back to my newest video for today. For today's video, I'm actually going to be doing a June DVD Blu-ray 4K update. I feel like it's been a while since my last one, but I really do want to try and get back into monthly updates again because I've really missed doing these videos, and there is a bit of a theme with this month's purchases. I fell down a bit of a rabbit hole concerning a couple of actors that I've really gotten into their works, and yeah, it was kind of bad for the bank balance this month, especially on like going onto eBay and finding like a lot of their movies through their back catalogue. So most of this haul is DVDs. I know we're going really old school for this month, but I have been slowly working my way through my purchases because if you watched my last video, all of my movies and TV shows are currently packed up in boxes. So yeah, and I've got a reasonable size stack here, nothing too crazy, at least compared to previous hauls, because I am trying to limit like how much I buy, but at the same time I still do want to slowly add to the collection again. So yeah, without further ado, I'm just going to get straight into it. Going to start off with the 2 Blu-rays and the 1 4K steelbook that I picked up in June. And the first one I have here is Xanadu. I had never seen this and I wanted to add it to my musical collection. I have actually watched some of these, which I think I just said that, but yeah, it's basically, I'm not going to talk about them too much here. I want to bring back my monthly review series that I used to do way back in the day. So I'm going to try and keep this video relatively short, but I did pick up Xanadu. I have since watched it, and yeah, so, but yes, I did add it to my musicals collection because it's what I've been wanting for a while. And then because I want more animated titles in my collection, and I actually had only seen one of these films, and I got this DreamWorks Blu-ray set with The Prince of Egypt, El Dorado, Joseph King of Dreams, and Sinbad. Now I have seen Prince of Egypt, but it's been a number of years, and I have actually watched Joseph since I bought the set, but yeah, I'm still got to make my way through the rest of these movies. But yeah, so I thought I would finally start expanding the DreamWorks collection because I don't think I really have any, if memory. Or like I've only got a few, like I've got, this is How to Train Your Dragon, DreamWorks, I think it might be. I think they're the only films I really have of theirs, but anyway, I do have this set which I thought would be a nice way to start expanding on it, so that's the DreamWorks collection, like a 4-movie collection. And then of course, to add to my MCU film collection, I got the Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania steelbook. I obviously watched this one back at the cinema and I quite enjoyed it. I know it's gotten a lot of mixed reviews, and it was a fun film to watch. Haven't seen it since I got the steelbook. I do want to check it out on 4K, so because yeah, only 4K I actually bought this month, but I did because I do want to try and continue to collect the MCU movies on 4K. I don't particularly care about format at the moment. Like if I can find a film like cheap enough and I want to watch it, I will watch it, but for the like movies like the MCU films and stuff, I do want to like pick up the 4Ks, and if I can get my hands on the steelbook, like even better. So I did pick up this one to add to the collection. So Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, and then everything else is DVDs. So I'll just go through the few that aren't actually, that they're just random DVDs I purchased off eBay, and yeah, they really are a bit random. So the first one I had here was The Descent 1 and 2. I used to have The Descent, but I no longer have it, and the Blu-ray is ridiculously expensive now, and I saw the double pack on eBay for a really good price, and I'd never seen the second one, and I was, at the time, I wanted to rewatch the first one. I haven't done that because, yeah, something else has taken up my time a bit, but yeah, I decided to go ahead and get The Descent 1 and 2, and yeah, hopefully watch them soon. So, because I did recently rewatch The Descent, I think last October, and yeah, it's really is a great movie, and I wanted it back in my collection, and yeah, now I can finally check out the second one. So The Descent 1 and 2, and because I'd actually hoped to get Dungeons and Dragons, the new one, I was going to do a rewatch, I wanted to watch the original live action movies that came out in the early 2000s, I believe, and I was going to do a watch of the all three movies. I haven't got my hands on Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves yet. I have seen it. I watched it at the cinema when it came out, but I did pick up a DVD copy of Dungeons and Dragons and Dungeons and Dragons The Elemental Might. I haven't heard the greatest things about these ones, but I've been curious to check them out. So, and I thought when I saw the double pack on DVD, I just thought, you know what, I'm going to get it and see what they're like. At some point I will watch these. So it's Dungeons and Dragons 1 and 2, and in what will become obvious in a little bit, I picked up House on Haunted Hill, the remake with Jeffrey Rush. I hadn't seen this one, but I really wanted to watch the sequel for a certain actor. So I picked up House on Haunted Hill so I could watch this one. I've seen the original with Vincent Price, and I really loved that one. And I did actually watch this one. It was different, I will say that, but I did like it. I'll go more in depth in my monthly reviews theme, but I will say I kind of understand the appeal of Jeffrey Combs now, because there was one particular scene in this, and I was just like, I'm not meant to find that really attractive, am I? So yeah, that probably says a lot about me, but there was one scene, and yeah, I found it really attractive, and I really probably shouldn't have. So, but that is the remake to House on Haunted Hill. And then I finally got around to picking up NCIS LA Season 13. This has just been ridiculously expensive, and that's why I haven't picked it up for so long. So I normally collect the NCISs. The only one I haven't actually picked up yet is Hawaii, which I'm still on the fence about whether or not I'd want to continue, because I never finished watching New Orleans, even though I own all the seasons for that now. But it does feel kind of weird not having one of the shows, not having part of the franchise included in my collection. So I'm still deciding whether I want to pick up NCIS Hawaii. But I did want to finish collecting NCIS LA, and hopefully eventually once I get my DVDs and movies unpacked, movies and TV shows, do a rewatch from the start, because I did attempt this years ago, because I was going to watch everything in order, when I started rewatching the original NCIS, but I didn't get I think I got up to season 7, and yeah, so I want to do a rewatch from season 1 of NCIS LA now that it's finished, and eventually pick up season 14 when that gets released on DVD. I'm assuming it'll get released on DVD. So, but yeah, so that's NCIS season 13. And then we get into what has become my obsession this month. You'll recall at this in my last video that I filmed before this that I was really into Shetland with Douglas Henschel, and that's launched a rabbit hole that I wasn't expecting to fall into, and I basically started going through his filmography, getting what DVDs I could find, because a lot of them aren't available on streaming, and I did check first to make sure if I couldn't access them on to watch them on streaming. And then that kind of also led to an Andrew Lee Potts rediscovery, because obviously if you didn't know, both of them were in Primeval, the show which I've, like, basically my hyperfixation of that show's reawakened. And I'm trying to tell myself I do not need a mint Nick Carter and Connor Temple combined action figure set, which I found on eBay and I really want it, and I'm trying to tell myself I don't need it because I know what that rabbit hole will be like. So I'm trying to stick to just the movies right now, but yes, we'll see if in a future update I end up showing that. You will know I failed in my attempt to not get my hands on Primeval action figures. So, starting off with some Douglas Henschel films, we have French film. So some of these the next few I haven't seen, but this one I did. And again, I will talk about it more in my monthly reviews for June. So I have French film. I have a very early Douglas Henschel movie called If Only. This also has a very young Penelope Cruz and Lena Headey in it, so I thought that was quite interesting. And then I also have Lawless Heart. This one recently came in the mail. But yes, because I'm quite excited because it's one of the ones where he's got longer hair. If you look up photos of Douglas Henschel, you will see what I mean. So yeah, so that's, yes, very shallow, but really excited as well. And then another early Douglas Henschel film, and that's Orphans. So this one looks quite interesting. I think it's like a really dark comedy, so like British comedy, so I'm looking forward to seeing what this is like. And then we have an Andrew Lee Potts movie, because I've noticed he tends to do a lot of not so much, well, I suppose like B-grade horror type and action disaster films. So I'm very curious to see what his films are going to be like. So this is also why I picked up House on Haunted Hill, like the remake, because I wanted to pick up Return to House on Haunted Hill. And yes, because this one has Andrew Lee Potts in it, so so yeah, I'm not sure how I'm gonna go, because the first one was a little disturbing, if I'm going to be honest, so I'm sure this one's going to be just as disturbing, but I do want to watch it. So yes, so that is Return to House on Haunted Hill. And then we have some more Douglas Henschel movies, and I have seen all of these. We have The Salvation. This one has such a like stacked cast, like, because this is a Mads Mikkelsen film, and you also had a Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and also what's his name? Just trying to think of his name now. I'm blanking. Jonathan Pryce, I think that's his name. The one who was the Sparrow in Game of Thrones. He's in this, and also Eva Green, even though her role was very interesting, because yeah. So I as I said, I have watched this one, and I'll talk more in my next video. But yes, so I have The Salvation. And then I have a movie called A Silent Cry. This movie was fantastic. I wasn't entirely sure what to expect going in, but I will say I absolutely loved this film. One of my favourites that I've discovered of Douglas Henschel. So yes, because that's what I love about going through actors' like back catalogues. You're just sort of seeing what films they've done like that aren't as well known, and yeah, just sort of discovering them. And yeah, a lot of these have become some of my favourite films. So that is Silent Cry. And then, of course, when I found out that Douglas Henschel played Arthur Conan Doyle in a Sherlock Holmes story, I had to get it. and that is The Strange Case of Sherlock Holmes and Arthur Conan Doyle. And he really works the moustache in this one. Yes, I'm very shallow, but it's Douglas Henschel, so yes, I also watched this one because it's, you know, related to Sherlock Holmes. I love anything to do with Sherlock Holmes, so there we go. And then what is quite possibly the most randomest purchase I've ever made for an actor. I got the complete Sharp box set with Sean Bean. I'd never seen a single one of these. I didn't even know what this was about. But Douglas Henschel plays a role in like the 13th one of these, and I just can't start randomly in the middle of a franchise. I have to watch everything. So, because he's in Sharp's Justice, which is another one of his earlier roles, and yeah, I found this on eBay. Like, I found pretty much everything this month. Yeah, I bought it. I've only seen the first one. Like, I sat down and watched the first one, so I have a lot to go before I even get up to his one. And yeah, so I have a lot of Sharp films to catch up on. So I did like the first one, I will say. I don't normally go for like war period dramas. I do like historical dramas, but I don't tend to lean towards the war side, and this takes place in the Napoleonic Wars. So this will be quite interesting to watch. So I have the Sharp box set. And then we have 3 TV shows that I got because, again, of my love of Douglas Henschel and Andrew Lee Potts. So the first one that I have a show called Collision. He plays, again, a DI in this film, well, not film. It's like a 5-part TV show series. Like, it's not a very long, it's like a mini series, but he's plays the lead detective in this one. So I got Collision. Oh, and then we get to 2 of my absolute favorite discoveries that I've purchased, and I watched both of them this month, and I already can't wait to rewatch these because they were fantastic. And the first one I'm going to show is one I've already showed off in like the what I've been watching while I've been away. So it's By Any Means. This was fantastic. I'm really mad that this got cancelled. And it got cancelled on a massive cliffhanger. And yeah, this show's like over 10 years old, so, and I don't think many people know about it. I didn't actually know about it, and then I got told about it, so I thought I'm going to check it out, and so glad I did. It's fantastic, and yeah, he's the character Andrew Lee Potts plays in this reminds me a lot of Connor Temple, who he played in Primeval, even like the same dress aesthetic, so I found that quite amusing. But yes, I did buy and watched By Any Means. It's only 6 episodes, so, but yes, one of my absolute favourite discoveries, so By Any Means. And then what I finished off the month of June with, and possibly my favourite thing ever, is Sci-Fi's Alice. He plays, let's see if I could zoom in, like bring it in closer, see, right there, he plays the Mad Hatter. He was amazing in this, and I think next to Connor, it might be my favourite role that Andrew Lee Potts has played. I mean, I haven't watched all of his like filmography, but I loved this adaptation of Alice in Wonderland, and yeah, the cast is amazing, even though I find it funny, he's like the second main character in this show, and he's not even billed in the, who's like on the top of the DVD. Because you have like the girl playing Alice, Tim Curry and Kathy Bates, and Tim Curry is only in like 1 scene in this, so yeah, I mean, he's brilliant in the 1 scene he is, because, you know, it's Tim Curry. Tim Curry's brilliant, but I found that really amusing. And yes, I absolutely love this, and I'm definitely looking forward to a rewatch, and this is also the last thing I have to show, because otherwise I'm going to keep rambling on about it, but I will talk a little bit more about it in my monthly reviews, which hopefully I will film next week. So there we go. And that is everything that I've bought in the month of June. Yes, it was kind of a bit old school, going like mostly DVDs, but as I said, I'm not like such a stickler for format now. I'll still pick up Blu-rays, pick up 4Ks. It's just whatever I can get my hands on, that's the cheapest at the time. Like, there'll be certain series and films I'll want a particular format in, but everything else, especially older films, I'll be like, I don't care if it's DVD or not. So yeah, so I've bulked up quite a bit of my for my DVD collection, because I got rid of a whole bunch of them, and this is going back years ago, and now I've gotten a decent stack here this month. So, but anyway, I'm just going to stop it here because I am rambling, and yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and until my next video, I will see you guys next time. Bye!